good at what you do, you know, and that's probably more so because they haven't figured out how to be good at what they don't even know how to do, you know. So, you know, that's just what it is. You know, every level you reach, you're gonna come against obstacles. You have to combat those obstacles.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll be watching the Indiana Pacers playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Checking out Cleveland. They've been on top of their game from the opening tip of the new season. Each time out, they seem to be refining their approach and getting more confident as a unit. They've got to feel good about how things are starting to take shape. And you hear Kyrie Irving's name, and you think of a playmaking point guard. But he is as deadly a shooter, Kenny, as anyone in the league from time to time.
I mean, the guy won the three-point contest,
yeah.
So no surprise there. You know, he's averaged, 2 to 3 three-pointer shots made in the last couple of seasons.
Cavaliers have an Eastern Conference contest on their hands as they prepare to defend their home court here at the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland. Thanks for joining. For Cleveland, Matthew Dellavedova comes in for J.R. Smith. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Mahinmi's checked in for Turner. Hill comes in for Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for George Hill. On the court right now for the Pacers, we've got Rodney Stuckey. C.J. Miles is out there with Hill. Then there's Ellis. And it's Mahinmi in at the center, locking down the middle. Near the three-point line, it's Ellis. And that one goes long.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open. Strong start here early. 4 of his first 5 made.
So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against the Jazz in Salt Lake City.
And if you look at the numbers, guys, I mean, what jumps out at you is the balance they had offensively.
Very satisfying road win because you're right. There was tremendous balance displayed. I mean, the crowd was basically stunned at how they were able to dismantle that defense.
Channing Frye's checked in for Kevin Love. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving. Well, Doris, an interesting game. Moments ago, you had a chance to talk with head coach Frank Vogel. What do you have to say?
He said that the key to the game will be how well they defend Kyrie Irving, adding he's shown himself to be one of the premier point guards in the game already. Whether it's passing, shooting, or penetrating, we need our guys in the backcourt to really get up into him, and our bigs need to be ready to bring help. Guys, you can bet that Irving will be their focus defensively.
And thank you for that, Doris.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
For Indiana, they've gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Pick up by Hill. Ellis kicks to Hill. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. These teams were last season's best passers. The squads with the most assists in the NBA. The Cavaliers 4th.
Just a gifted passing team. They play the kind of basketball that fans love to watch. Very unselfish and fluid offensively.
First one falls for him.
Oh my God, I just got that.
Both free throws good from Hill.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
You know, it's one of the things coaches like least is giving away points. I mean, they've been a step late. They've been caught reaching. They've got to tighten things up at the defensive end.
And the shot is good from Stuckey. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the defense.
Also also making some changes. Freak's checked in for Fry. Love comes in for Shumpert. And J.R. Smith's subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. The Pacers also changing it up. Turner's checked in for Hill. Paul George comes in for C.J. Miles. And it's Hill in for Rodney Stuckey. LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Kyrie Irving and J.R. Smith at the guard set. And it's Freak in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
LeBron James on the wing. And he's going up for the alley-oop. It's stolen by Hill. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line. So hard to ask for much more than that.
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
And Cleveland making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in. Now the dish to Freak. In the corner, Irving with it. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Irving's got 13. Indiana leading. They double in with Freak. Ellis the pass to Mahimi. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. He's got 8.
Wow, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
He logs up the alley-oop pass. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here.
And a moment now to see some numbers for Irving. Great showing for him last season. He was around 19 points per game last year. 6 assists and almost 2.5 steals. He has been terrific throughout, putting up some huge numbers offensively.
Yeah, you know, you just plug him in. He's a flat-out scoring machine. When you plug him up, let him go.
Mahimi's shot is good. Mahimi's got the lead up to 6 now for Indiana.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
There's Freak. And the layup's good off the glass. Freak's got his second bucket of the night.
Really good example there of some fine interior passing before that basket. George
double teamed. And the foul called on Freak. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's foul number 2. And maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Hill dishes to Mahimi. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Mahimi's got the lead back up to 6 now for the Pacers.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep. I love how he used his height advantage on that shot.
And he had the nice soft touch with it, too.
He kicks it to Turner. Lets it go from 11. No good. And Cleveland will come the other way. This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year.
And 2 teams at vastly different ends of the standings last year, but they played each other to a draw.
Yeah, you know, they split the season series, Greg, and you look at it, was it matchups? Perhaps good fortune or luck? Tonight we'll increase the sample size by 1 game and see who comes out on top.
Oh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively. And we've reached halftime in this one.